Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
The story started, love story.
Bro, it's crazy. It's kind of funny because now her brother is like my best friend.
Yeah, I see y'all rocking
But,
a lot
like,
together.
Yeah. He's here at the house, but he's at work right now. But like, he seen her phone one day. He went to her phone one day, and I texted her on Instagram, and he seen that text. He's like, "You don't know who this is?" So he was like, "You don't know who this is, bro?"
He's a real
like,
wingman.
She was. Hey, he was a good wingman.
D-Wade,
Like,
he was
"Boy, I don't
fine."
care." She was like, "Boy, I don't care who that is." But she seen my text message a long time ago. She just never.
Yeah, she's
texted me
ignoring
back.
you.
She left you on red, gang?
Ignore you.
Wow.
And that's when I was nothing. So she
Yeah.
man, I don't care about it. And like, she still don't even know why she talked to me.
Seems like she keeps you grounded.
Wow, man. Hey, man, guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Man, Travis Hunter, man, him and his girlfriend, you know, they videos continue to resurface, and people are always, you know, talking about what's going on with their relationship nowadays, because these guys, man, like I said, they put it in the public eye, and when they put it in the public eye and they start talking back and forth with the internet, that's when things get kind of crazy. You know, you have to be careful when you do that. I was watching, you know, pretty much different things come across the social media, and it was basically a thing where you just basically keep seeing these guys surfacing and resurfacing. It's crazy because when you think about a relationship, man, it's not easy regardless of how you look at it. Relationships are not easy. It's something that you have to work at. It's something that it's always something up with trying to please one another, and a lot of times it leaves less time for doing anything else when you think about it. And that's the thing, man. So when you're going into a relationship, you got to be very careful and selective on who you deal with, because this person spends the majority of the time with you. So at the end of the day, you know, when you look at Travis Hunter, you know, he's young, bro. And for him to make a stand-up decision to say, I'm going to get a fiance, I'm going to go ahead and do it, you know, that's huge, man. And, you know, and to be in the position that he's trying to find the right person to be with. And I know a lot of people got in the comments last time I spoke on this, and it was like, E, are you telling him to stay with her, or what are you telling him? No, I'm telling him to do whatever makes him happy. But at the end of the day, if you love her, then at the end of the day, you really, what do? You know, if you forgive her, or if y'all went through something together, you know, and you knew that the media is taking something way out of control, when at the end of the day, y'all wasn't even together at the time. You know, I was out doing my thing at the time. There's just so many different scenarios. Now, I'm not telling him to stay with her, but I am telling him that if whatever he decided to do in his heart, stick with it, and don't let nobody else be the one that causes him to choose or make the wrong decision. It's up to him on his relationship. But God is the only one that really, for me, you know, you guys are so, it's a trip. You guys are unforgiving when it comes down to different people's relationship. But I wish for 1 minute we can unfold your relationship and look at the stuff you've been through. And I guarantee you'll find that there's people out here speaking on this who ain't even standing on top of their own business like they standing on top of hills. It's easy to stand on top of somebody else's business. So right now, everybody's on his throat, on his neck, leave her, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, it's a decision that he have to live with the rest of his life. Whether she took some, whether he do a prenup, whatever he decides to do, that's their business. So, and I respect him anyway, because the way I've ran up on him is behind football. So his relationship and what the decisions he make on that level is on him. He got to wake up next to this person every day. He got to wake up dealing with this situation every day. Let alone dealing with a woman, period. It's not no easy task for no man to keep a relationship together regardless. So at the end of the day, they got an uphill battle, whether they stay together or not, whoever they get with next or not. It's always going to be some issues and some battles and some hills to climb. There is no perfect relationship. Take it from me. I've been married for 22 years. There is no perfect relationship. You're going to have your ups and downs, and everybody on here know that if you've been in one. So I don't get how boldly y'all could step up and talk about somebody else's relationship when you can't even hold your own relationship together, more than likely. But let's talk about it, man. Let's get into it a little bit more. Kicking it with D. something else surfaced. I just played it. He basically says that she left him on red, and that's not all he said in it. Go look at this whole interview, because a lot of people pulled this clip and they basically just played this clip. But if you go back and look at the whole situation, she stayed with him when he was sick, when he went through surgery. He talked about that in this interview. I went back and checked it out. And it's like, man, nobody's pulling that part. They're just pulling the part where they can make something negative derive off of the relationship, so they can, I guess, get viewership. But I'm telling you right now, there are some way better parts in this interview when it comes down to him and her, where he talks about her staying with him when nobody else was there for him, and like I said, go watch it on Kicking It with D, and you'll see that. You know what I mean? You guys got to understand, man, the internet is a crazy world. And, and he need to understand that. And I'm pretty sure he knows that, because he's been responding back and forth with these folks. And that's the thing that'll get you caught up. Also, when you look at everybody talking, what else did I see? I see Pacman Jones stepped up and said something in his defense when it came down to Dez Bryant. So, a lot of times he said Dez Bryant, remember, if you was even in a relationship, to be speaking on this man relationship. A lot of times people are going to step up and say that, even especially the ones who are in relationships, and I believe Dez and Pacman Jones close partner. I know Pacman, that's my guy. But I agree with Pacman to a sense, if you're stepping up saying something about this relationship, and then at the end of the day, you better have your own ducks in a row. As that song says, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. Because definitely when you say something about his relationship, people start looking at your relationship. And for some reason or another, Pacman Jones said that, he don't even think you in a relationship, Dez. I don't know if you're in one or not, but if you is in one, or if you have had one, it's not, you understand that it's an uphill battle. And I get it. This girl, she did some crazy stuff according to the internet, and she should be crucified. But there's a scripture that come to mind that says that it was a woman that was caught in the very act of adultery, man. In chapter, I believe it was, chapter 8 of John. And it says, they came to Jesus with it and said, this woman was caught in the very act. Now, they didn't bring the man, but they brought the woman. And they brought the woman. Ain't that crazy? And when they brought the woman, the Pharisees said this woman was caught in the very act of adultery. Now, Moses' law say we should stone her. And Jesus was sitting there, and Jesus stooped down and wrote on the ground. And when he wrote on the ground, it's crazy, because he didn't say nothing. But the story goes that they walked away one by one after he got up and said, he who is without sin, cast the first stone at her. Throw the rock at her, if you had never done no wrong. And he snooped back down and he wrote on the ground again. And when he got back up, he said, woman, where are thy accusers? And she said, they're not here, God. They're not here, Lord. And the story goes, he say, your sins are forgiven, sin no more. And the forgiveness thing kicks in. So at the end of the day, any relationship to me is on the man, because a man's supposed to be able to set the precedence of what's going on in that relationship. It gets deep. So at the end of the day, men, we set the pace, we set the mode. Machismoism, we do everything, but we can't set in order the woman that we supposedly is being with. Come on now. This is crazy for me. I'm not here to counsel you, but I'm telling you right now, whatever happened, he set the mode for that. He supposed to take control of that and had that situation in order. And that's how I feel about it. At the end of the day, a woman can't do nothing but what you let her do. And if you allow that, now you got something to deal with. And I know y'all want to, this going to probably get some crazy comments, but at the end of the day, it's easy to speak on it when you haven't been dealing with these things. These guys have, like I said, these guys, they've been through a little bit together. They're about old with nothing. But if they decide to break up and go on their separate ways, if he decides he's going to leave her, whatever the case may be, whether you look at it any kind of way you look at it, they both got uphill battle. They're young. My daughter's these kids' age. And I tell her all the time, man, be careful who you select. And my son's these kids' age, and I tell them all the time, man, be careful on who you go out here playing with. And you mess with somebody, you might be stuck with somebody. So you better be careful. So I think Dion and all these guys are giving him hopefully the right information. But Travis Hunter is still in the media about his girlfriend, and like I said, go check out this interview. I'll put the link in the description, man, for Kicking It with D, and you guys can see what was really said on that interview, the rest of it. But I like I said, I just pulled the part that everybody keeps talking about, man. And hey, listen, man, make sure you have like, subscribe to Boss Talk. Boss Talk 101 is basically what a boss is talk, man. 2024 is almost out here. 2025, we're going all the way live. It's going down, man. But yeah, Travis Hunter, man, shout out, man. Whatever you decide to do, just stand on what you're doing. And like I say, man, read that good book. I know Dion telling you that. And try to figure out how to deal with these character flaws when you're dealing with people, man. Holla at your boy. It's a unique hustle. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.